we're still going to do the special edition, the spring training edition?
Yes. So we also publish a guide called our Cactus League Spring Training Special Issue Visitors Guide. It is the, excuse me 1 second please. This is the de facto standard for how concierge navigate their guests in the major resorts and hotels throughout Arizona, how they navigate their guests through the Cactus League. Quick demographics on the Cactus League component. $400 million will be spent by about 2 million people in a function of 6 weeks. So it's certainly a monster opportunity and one that we've been taking advantage of this upcoming year for about 9 years. What we do is again, on this issue, content rules of the day. That's how we drive printed media to work. Our printed media here has a very rich event calendar on the statewide travel guide. This is answering the question most commonly posed to concierge, which is what's going on. Carefree events are promoted through our event calendar as a part of your program, both in print and online.
What's our relationship with the Arizona Office of Tourism?
Yeah, that's a separate conversation that you would want to have with AOT. There's a number of ways that you can do that. One thing I do know about Arizona Office of Tourism, they do allow for anyone to put in event promotions. So if there's events, if there's somebody who can administer that for the town on a consistent basis in terms of data entering and including those events, then that's an opportunity for you.
Could I answer that quickly as well? We are also working with Edwin, who sits on that board, and he will help disseminate any information that we choose to give him to the Arizona Tourism Bureau. So we are working closely with him, and he is more than happy to disseminate anything that we give him.
We were at the Leagues of Cities and Towns conference last week, and I had a chance to meet with AOT. And Gary, I think we sent them a copy of the press release on the grand opening for the gardens, and that person that gave you the contact for would be the person to coordinate any link exchange in addition to your relationship with Edwin. Make sure those things happen. So.
He's also highly promoting his motorcycle run, which is a centennial of, and he is greatly touting Carefree, and he'd like to actually start it in the center of Carefree. However, I don't think that would be possible with all those riders. However, we would like to bring it through Easy Street, but that's for altogether different discussion. But he is, and they will be raffling off the solid copper motorcycle at the end of the ride, which is pretty exciting. But he is very active on that bureau, and he's very, very happy to help us in any way he can.
The search engine optimization companies that we've talked to probably 5 of them now at this point. The quotes come in somewhere in the $1,500 to $2,500 a month range. That's for 1 to 2 terms, and there's a minimum of a 6-month run rate to start achieving any sort of movement, and so on. Different with the technology and the methodology that we're using. Typically, we put an article up, we go to bed, and the next day we're on the term that we want, usually in the page 1 or 2 space, and what have you. So Google is back at our site every single day for daily index, and that's taken some time to achieve that, but we're very proud of it, and it's very effective for our advertisers that way. Social media, again, we're leading in that space. We have a full-blown social media platform. We've got over 20,000 followers on Twitter. We have e-zines on Facebook, Flickr, and YouTube. And that's been very effective. What we do for you in that space is proactively push out content around Carefree. And in our space, the reason we can be so effective here for you folks is because we're not just saying, Carefree has a great event this weekend. We're saying Carefree has a great event this weekend, video, and a link to your video. And that's really driving a much higher level of engagement by way of social media, and it's been much more effective. Lastly, the last platform or pillar is the key concierge media element. And this is where we host key concierge fam trip for you folks, or appreciation event. And we have already done one of these. We had, was it about 70?
70 concierge.
Yeah, 70 concierge from the major resorts and hotels in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area come up to Carefree and take in a couple of different restaurants, the English Roast Tea Room, Carefree Station Grill and Bar, and also Venues Restaurant, and really promote the area. We had the Chamber speak there as well, and the CBA, and so that worked out really well. So welcome to the new visitcarefree.com. And what we've done here is we've built a site that really is a destination marketing portal for Carefree. This is built on some state-of-the-art technology. We've got a WordPress back end here, which will offer you folks some very deep search engine optimization and capabilities that way. Additionally, what we've done is we've integrated the rich media package that you just saw. So let me take you through this piece here as well. So here we are on the home page. Again, in line with the experience, the difference, excuse me, sorry about that. In line with the experience, the difference element here. We start on the home page with visit Carefree Arizona, a little blurb about Carefree. All of the content that you see here today is in draft format and can be updated, and of course we'll work with Holly and Joe and Kim from the CBA to dial that content in. Then we go to an event rotational, and this is really focusing in on the article content of the site this way. From there we go over to the Experience Carefree aspect, where you're seeing all the article links. Right off the home page, we also have the Carefree video there. That's the same video that you just saw. Coming over to the right, Connect with Us is your Facebook and Twitter integration. And then down below is upcoming events from the calendar. These events here are classified by the event type, which will be more user-friendly as we go in. As we go into the footer here, we have testimonials for visiting Carefree, and then also useful links for the different aspects here. It's no surprise that we're, of course, driving for search engine optimization in those footer links as well for various search terms that you folks will look to achieve. And then we've also got links to the town of Carefree, the Carefree schools, and then the Arizona Travel Guide is the cross-link, Mr. Ferrari, that you were talking about, back to Arizona Keys city page for you folks, which will also help you folks by way of search engine optimization boost. This is a full-blown event calendar. As you can see here, we've just got some placeholders here. Brown is for an event, yellow is for concerts, and green is for a nonprofit or charity type event. And so when you click into the event here, it actually opens up the detail, and you've got the mapping capability there as well with all of the various contents. Okay. From there, what's happening here is Sue coded for you folks a feed that happens from the calendar as they're entered on a rotational basis in the sidebar, which will also be run off site. You'll have your most recent events showing up. As the event expires, that event will go away in the sidebar, and the next one will come up from a rotational perspective. Okay. From there, we come over to a dining component. We've got a couple placeholder listings in place, but this is really the business directory for the CBA members here. So you start with a general listing. Sorry, I hit view website. Wrong one. So if I click show details, for example, then there's a detailed description there. If I click show map, then there's your Google map, and up comes your turn-by-turn directions. Okay, to that location. And then you can also close the map. You can visit the website, and so on and so forth. Okay, and so there's dining component. From there, shopping. Same business directory functionality, sorted by shopping. Lodging, so we're featuring Wild Holly Gallery there. And then lodging here is the Carefree Resort and Conference Center loaded this way from a lodging perspective. And then golf takes advantage of the component. We have the Bowlers Club in place right now for the golf component. Then over here on articles. So these are all the articles that are happening here that we were started. Here's the Carefree Gardens component. And so if I click on the article itself, I come into the article, and then what you're able to do here is leave a reply or also do a comment. Develop this site in a HTML5 fashion on top of WordPress so that every aspect of your new site is fully mobile compatible, including iPads.